The one habit that will change life this year. Introduction, the power of one habit. Every year, millions of people make resolutions. They want to lose weight, save money, find love, or grow in their careers. Some succeed, but most fall back into old routines within weeks. The truth is, change often feels overwhelming when we attempt too much at once. But what if the path to transformation wasn't about dozens of new commitments, but about one habit? In 2025, with information overload and constant distractions, clarity has never been more valuable. Research in psychology, neuroscience, and productivity shows that a single habit applied consistently can have a domino effect, unlocking improvement in nearly every area of life. That one habit is intentional daily reflection. This essay will explain why reflection is the life-changing habit you need this year, how it transforms health, relationships, productivity, and happiness, and practical steps to make it part of your life. By the end, you'll see how dedicating even 10 minutes a day to this practice can completely reshape your year. Why reflection? The science of awareness. Reflection is the habit of deliberately pausing to examine your thoughts, emotions, actions, and goals. It can be as simple as journaling, meditating, or asking yourself key questions at the end of the day. While it may sound small, reflection taps into one of the most powerful abilities of the human brain: self-awareness. Neuroscientists explain that reflection activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and regulating emotions. Without reflection, we live reactively, driven by impulses and external pressures. With reflection, we live intentionally, guided by values and long-term vision. The domino effect of one habit. What makes reflection so powerful is its ripple effect. Unlike isolated habits, like drinking more water or exercising daily, reflection influences nearly every aspect of life. Here's how. 1. Clarity of purpose. Reflection helps you identify what really matters and cut through noise. 2. Better decisions. By reviewing your day, you catch mistakes early and adjust your approach. 3. Stronger relationships. Reflecting on interactions allows you to respond with empathy rather than react with anger. 4. Growth mindset. Reflection reframes failures as lessons, encouraging resilience. 5. Stress reduction. Taking time to pause and process prevents emotional overload. Through this one practice, every other habit, fitness, learning, productivity, communication becomes more intentional and sustainable. Reflection and mental health. In 2025, mental health is one of the biggest global concerns. Anxiety, burnout, and loneliness affect millions. Reflection acts as a buffer against these challenges. When you take time to pause and acknowledge your emotions, you prevent them from festering. For example, if you feel anxious after work, reflection helps you identify the trigger may be unrealistic expectations, too many meetings, or lack of rest. With that awareness, you can adjust instead of spiraling. Reflection also fosters gratitude, a proven practice that boosts happiness and combats depression. By writing down 3 things you're thankful for each night, you shift your focus from scarcity to abundance. Reflection and relationships. Relationships thrive on communication, empathy, and understanding. Reflection strengthens all 3. After an argument, reflection allows you to ask, "What did I feel? Why did I react that way? How might the other person feel?" This awareness transforms conflicts into opportunities for connection. Couples who practice reflection, either individually or together, report greater intimacy and less resentment. Parents who reflect daily on their interactions with children become more patient and intentional in guidance. Reflection nurtures humility and kindness, both vital for healthy bonds. Reflection and career growth. In the workplace, reflection is the secret ingredient of high performers. Leaders like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett schedule regular reflection time to think, write, and plan. Reflection allows professionals to step back from constant busyness and ask, "Am I working on what truly matters? Am I growing in the right direction?" Employees who reflect regularly are better at problem solving because they analyze past outcomes. They're also more adaptable, since reflection trains them to learn from mistakes instead of fearing them. In 2025, where industries shift rapidly, reflection provides the clarity needed to stay ahead. Reflection and productivity. Many chase productivity through apps, schedules, and endless multitasking. But true productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Reflection helps filter out noise. By reviewing your day, you can identify which tasks were meaningful, which were wasted time. How can tomorrow be better structured? This awareness prevents burnout and creates alignment between effort and results. Reflection is the invisible hand that turns busy days into effective ones. Reflection and personal growth. The essence of personal growth lies in learning from experience. But without reflection, experience doesn't automatically lead to wisdom, it simply repeats itself. Reflection is what turns life into a teacher. Each day ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I improve? What lesson can I carry forward? This daily habit compounds into massive growth over time. You begin to notice patterns in your behavior, break unhealthy cycles, and reinforce positive ones. Practical ways to build the habit of reflection. Developing reflection doesn't require hours of meditation or pages of writing. Start small and adapt. Here are proven methods. 1. Daily journaling. Spend 5 to 10 minutes writing thoughts, emotions, and lessons. 2. Gratitude lists. Note 3 things you're thankful for each night. 3. Morning intention setting. Reflect on what matters before starting your day. 4. Evening questions. Ask, what did I learn? What would I do differently? 5. Weekly reviews. Dedicate 30 minutes to reviewing your week, adjusting habits, and planning ahead. 6. Mindful pauses. Take 2 to 3 short breaks during the day to breathe and reflect. The key is consistency. 10 minutes daily is more transformative than 2 hours once a month. Stories of reflection in action. Story 1. The Burned Out Executive. Jasmine, a tech manager, constantly worked 12-hour days. She felt exhausted and disconnected from her family. When she began reflecting nightly, she realized most of her long hours were spent on low-value tasks. Within months, she learned to delegate, improved work-life balance, and restored joy in her family life. Story 2. The Struggling Student. David, a college student, faced constant failure in exams. Reflection revealed he wasn't studying inefficiently, he was studying at the wrong times of day. By adjusting his schedule, he improved grades dramatically. Story 3. The Couple on the Edge. Mark and Alina fought constantly. Reflection exercises helped them pause, write down emotions, and share weekly. Their conflicts didn't disappear, but they learned to communicate and reconnect. Their marriage survived and thrived. Obstacles to reflection and how to overcome them. Like all habits, reflection faces resistance. Common obstacles include busyness, feeling there's no time. Solution: start with 5 minutes. Discomfort, facing emotions can be hard. Solution: approach with curiosity, not judgment. Inconsistency, forgetting to practice. Solution: tie reflection to a trigger like brushing teeth or bedtime. By anticipating obstacles, you ensure the habit sticks. Why 2025 needs reflection more than ever? Modern life bombards us with information and demands. Without reflection, we drown in distraction, reacting to everything but mastering nothing. In 2025, the pace of technology, the stress of global uncertainty, and the rise of mental health challenges make intentional reflection not just helpful, but essential. It is the habit that restores clarity in chaos, calm in stress, and meaning in the mundane. It reminds us that we are not just passengers in life, but captains of our choices. Conclusion: the one habit that will change life this year. There are countless habits worth developing: exercise, reading, healthy eating, but the one that underpins all of them is reflection. With reflection, you live with awareness, adjust quickly, and align your daily actions with long-term values. Without it, you drift, repeating mistakes and chasing distractions. The truth is, transformation doesn't require a dozen new commitments. It requires one habit that changes everything else. By dedicating even 10 minutes a day to intentional reflection, you can change your health, your relationships, your work, and your sense of fulfillment this year. So, as 2025 unfolds, don't just run faster through the noise. Pause. Reflect. Learn. Adjust. Grow. Because sometimes the smallest pause can create the biggest change.